content writer don't need to understand SEO.
No, that's not the true. AI is 100% harmful to the content writer.
So how the content writer will help them?
If people start liking your content over these websites, then there is a 100% guarantee that they will be coming to you in some or other way.
So suppose if any startup or business, they want to start the marketing for the businesses. So how the content writer will help them to make a brand?
They have to publish it on the different websites or different platforms like Forbes, Business Insider, Medium, Hackanoon, and lot. They will definitely come to you for some or other reasons, right? This is one of the way. The another I would say here is social media marketing. Make sure that whatever you are writing maintains its originality.
Content writing is a low stress job. Hey, have you ever wondered, in the fast-paced world of technologies, when attention span is very short by Reels, YouTube Shorts, and the short contents, how the companies will get attention of users? Have you ever seen? Let me give you the answer. Come here. They use content writers. Hey, I am Paresh, your host, and welcome to another episode of Tech Talkies. In this episode, we will discuss about content is king. This word is very famous in the SEO world. In this episode, we will meet with the content writer and get a deep dive the world of content writing. We will learn how they can craft a message, how they can write a blog, how they write the content to get attention of users as well as get a success for the branding of companies. So today this episode we have a special guest. She has more than 8 years of experience in a content writing. She write content for a tech industry and give a success to the most of the companies. So today we will learn that why content is more important and how they make a normal content to the branding stories. Hello Shreya, welcome to our episode of Tech Talkies.
Hello.
As we all know, content is a king.
Yeah.
So let's deep dive into the world of your content writing. So we have find some of the questions from the internet and some of the people they are asking about the why content role is important whenever they are making a brand. So can we start with the question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my first question is tell me about your content writing role there. What is your roles and responsibility and why it is more important for a marketing?
Okay, so basically a content writer is responsible for three major tasks in an IT industry, or I can say in the IT company. That is to curate, to develop, and to edit the content. This may include creating new ideas, writing engaging content for websites, blogs, landing pages, email campaigns, newsletters, social media, and lot more. Basically, if I say, then a content writer is someone who makes sure that a content aligned with company's brand voice and marketing strategy.
Okay. So how does the effective content writing impact on a company marketing strategy and overall success?
So if I say, then content writer is also responsible for company's brand recognition.
Okay.
Okay. For example, if I say that you want to build an application, so what is the first thing that you will be doing over here?
Go in Google and search the best
Right.
company.
So when you go to Google, you will be finding n number of companies over there.
Yeah.
But you need to filter out some of them for your mobile application, right? So how you will be filtering out that companies?
Based on the ranking.
Yeah, based on the ranking. Plus, you will be going through the information that is present over that company's website, right?
Yeah.
So what is that information? That is the content that is written by a content writer. So
Okay.
that's the one thing where content and audience gets connected. In terms of marketing, if I say, then a content writer is also responsible for connecting the audience with its website. So the more relevant content you place on your website, the more audience you are going to get.
Okay. So indirectly, there more strategy will be impact to go to get a ranking
Yes.
and to identify the brand.
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing is that we know that in a market like content writer is a lots of time.
Yeah.
If I know the English, then I am a content writer. So what is the difference between the person who know the English content only and the skill content writing when I am starting my own startup or business for a marketing. So which one is better for me?
Okay. So if I say that if you are starting your own business, be you are starting your own business or you are already an established one, for both a skilled writer is much important. The reason is that if, as I talk about only the tech sector over here, then there will be so many technical terms present over the content in the website, right? But it is not necessary that all the audience will be a technical person. There will be non-tech persons also who will be coming to
Yeah.
your website, right? So a content writer is the one who builds the gap between the technical terms of the website and the audience understanding. And that's why a skilled writer is much important over here, because he or she exactly knows that what is to be written where and how it is to be
Read by the users.
read by the users.
Okay.
And secondly, if I say then SEO, SEO also plays a major role in the brand's recognition, right? So a skilled writer is the one who knows how they can implement the SEO in their content writing.
Okay. So suppose if any startup or business they want to start the marketing for their idea or for the businesses, so how the content writer will help them to make a brand?
Okay, so the first and foremost thing that anyone who is coming new to the marketing should do is writing variety of articles and publishing them on variety of platforms.
Okay.
Some of the platforms are like Medium, Hackernoon, Business Insider, Forbes, and there are many lot different platforms available. If people start liking your content over these websites, then there is 100% guarantee that they will be coming to you in some or other way. The another thing that you can do over here is the social media. You too know that be it any generation, everyone is loving social media these
Yeah,
days,
true.
right? So by putting some creative and engaging content over the social media, you can attract more and more audience to your brand.
Okay, Shreya, my next question is for the who are looking to build their career as a content writing. So, if what are the essential skills if they are student or might be the fresher or they are professional to become a professional content writer?
So the most important thing that anyone who wants to be a content writer should do is reading. Doesn't matter that you only read something that is related to your field or your company, but you can read any of the fiction, non-fiction, spiritual books, anything. The major reason that you should be doing the reading is that you come to know about the new words, you come to know about the new sentence structure. Also, sometimes you come to know about the audience. Like suppose you are reading a book and you are liking it. What is the major reason that you are liking it? It is some way or another way it is connecting you to that book, right?
Okay.
So by reading such books, you can even come to know that how you can connect to your audience.
Yeah, and also I thought it can be connect with the other countries or other targeted user languages,
Yes, exactly.
so that we can more idea about that what exactly the languages they are using.
Yeah.
So okay, that is fine. So you mean to say that I not except the read about the your industry domain, but you can also read the other domains book, so you
Yeah.
get more idea about what exactly people are looking for. Okay. Now, can you please tell me like what is the content writer journey's change over the years, and now what are the trends? Now, if anyone want to become a content writer, they have to aware about.
Nowadays the content writer is not just limited to writing, but they have expanded their skills to a variety of platforms, variety of other skills as well. For example, that as of now with content, the content writers are also looking for the video contents. They are also doing some of the podcasters. They are also working as some of the social media campaigns also. Plus, with all of this, they have also evolved their roles for the content strategy, marketing. They're also extending their steps towards the marketing, digital marketing.
Okay.
So I can say that the role is not just limited to writing for the writers as of now.
Yeah, nowadays I have also seen that so many writers are writing a script for the videos
Yeah,
also will be
YouTube
there.
content.
Yeah, and the social media is also the one of the part that they are highlighting as a caption, but they need some catchy lines that is also need a content writer. So yeah, the journey is changed. Now, before that, as I also seen that there is a blog is one of the major part that they have to publish the blog and write the content of the landing page and that's it.
Yes.
But nowadays there is lots of platform for them also to describe themselves. as a
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Now every field has a challenges. So what type of common challenges you are facing as a content writer, and how you can overcome it?
Okay, the first and foremost challenge that I face being the writer is deadlines. Okay.
Okay.
So, sometimes it happens that some topics are new to you itself. Even you don't know that what is going to be there. So, for that, you need time for research. Plus, you have to maintain the originality of the content. Plus, you have to look after the SEO things as well. Right. So, when these all things mix up, sometimes it becomes quite difficult to meet up the deadlines. And the second thing that I see that the writers are facing these days is the use of AI.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence, in some way it is being useful, in some way it is degrading the roles of the content writers as well.
So you mean to say like AI somehow somewhere is impacting the content industry?
Yeah.
Okay. Now my next question is about proofreading. Like as we all know that the AI is now a part of every content writer. So how you can manage the proofreading part? As we can see, the more usage of AI is increased. So how you can manage in your work, and what are the tips you can share with the user to for a polished content or error-free content?
Okay. So, firstly, if the content is AI generated, then if it is being read by any of the skilled or professional writer, they will easily come to know that this content is being AI generated. The
Okay.
major reason for this is that the content that is being generated by the AI is very generic.
Okay.
That doesn't have any of the human touch. So it is quite recognizable, and you will even find that there are some similar words in there in the
Okay.
content that is generated by the AI. So if I just talk about the proofreading of the content that is without AI, then I majorly follow the 3 steps for it. The first one is, suppose I have wrote a content today. I wrote some content in today evening. So what I'll be doing is I'll be reading it with a fresh mind next morning. The reason is that you get a break in between and you have a fresh perspective for what you have wrote. Okay. Suppose you don't have that much time that you cannot wait for the another day. I would suggest to take at least 30 minutes of break in between the writing and proofreading of your content.
Okay, that will give the better quality.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Shreya, we have introduced one of the new section in our podcast. It's about myth and fact.
Okay.
So we will ask you some of the questions that for a content writer. So you can just reply it's a myth or fact. Okay.
Okay.
Shreya, first question. Myth or fact? Content writing is not just a blogging.
Fact.
Okay.
It's not just about the blogging, it also includes major variety of the contents like social media content, marketing campaigns, Google marketing campaigns, then video contents, podcast contents, and a lot more.
Okay. The next thing, anyone can be writer.
No.
Okay. So if anyone knows the English, they can't be a writer.
No, just knowing English can't make anyone the writer.
Okay, content writing does require a much research.
Depends. Sometimes it requires a lot of research. Sometimes, if you know the topic, if you are familiar, then you don't need to research more on the topic. And plus, as you gain the experience as a writer, the research part becomes much lesser.
So it is near to the fact.
Yeah.
Okay. Content writer don't need to understand SEO.
Myth.
Okay. Good content doesn't need editing.
Myth. It requires editing at any point of the stage.
Any particular reason?
Yeah, because see, if you are writing something, it doesn't mean that it is going to be 100% perfect. There is a requirement of proofreading. Sometimes you are writing something, but when you read it aloud, okay, at that time you find that the sentence structure is awkward. So you need to edit that sentence.
And also might be for the SEO we have to.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Content writing is a low stress job.
No, that's not the true. It's myth.
Okay. The next thing is longer content is always better for SEO.
Maybe depends if the topic is such, if the keyword density is too high, then you might require to write a bit longer content to make it understandable, plus on the perspective of SEO as well.
So it's depend on topic.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You don't need a strategy for content writing.
It's a myth. We actually need a strategy for the content.
If you want to share any strategies that you are using.
Okay, so content strategy, if I talk about, then it's not just like that you got the topic and you write it down. You need to think on lot of perspectives. You need to think, firstly, you need to think about the company that you are in, that what they want to display to the audience. Secondly, you need to decide on who are going to be your audience, right? Third, you need the SEO requirements. You have to also look into the what SEO have given you, what are the keywords given by them, what are the URLs, what are the meta tags and everything. So you have to build up a perfect content strategy, and then you can write a good piece of content.
Also, it requires a computer analysis.
Yes, it requires a computer analysis.
So, okay. The next question about myth and fact. All content writer work alone.
No, that's the myth. You require someone or different for some or another reasons.
Okay. You can't make a good living as a content writer.
No, that's a completely a myth.
Okay. So that's the end of our round, myth or fact. Okay, let's move to our questions round again. Okay, the next thing is effective content strategy for a new brand or existing brand.
So if you have already an established brand, then you will be definitely you will be having you have done the computer analysis, you have wrote the content that is present over website accordingly, right? But if you are a new brand, then you have to start it from the scratch. Initially, you have to look at what your competitors are doing. You have to also publish more and more content because you need to build your online presence, and for that you also need an SEO strategy for it.
Okay. So do you think that AI will be the harmful for a content writer?
I cannot say that AI is 100% harmful to the content writer. AI comes as an opportunity. Also, it comes as a challenge for the writer. If
Okay,
I talk about the opportunity,
Okay.
then for example, I'm not talking just about the AI writing tools over here. I'm talking about the entire AI.
Okay.
Some way it also frees up some time of the writer. By AI analytical tools, you can save your time for the research. If you are using some of the designing AI tools, then you can save your time for building the designs. Same goes with the videos as well. So this
Okay.
way you can also tell that AI is an opportunity for the writers.
That it will be reduce the sum of the task.
Yes.
Okay. What strategy do you find most effective for creating a content that engage and retain the audience attention?
Okay. So if you just keep on writing and writing and there is nothing else present in your content, then at some point anyone can be bored of that, right?
Yeah, true.
So for making your content engaging, you need to incorporate some of the visuals. You have to incorporate some of the videos over there. You can put some of the infographics over there. You can even put the quiz and poll thing that is being trending in the social media or on any other platforms right now. So this
Okay.
way you can make your content more and more engaging.
Okay. So my next question is, how do you tailor your content to fit a different platform and the audience demographic? Like if suppose I'm publishing content for a USA or might be UK, and at the same time we are publishing a content for a Middle East. So how you make a strategy for that?
Okay, yes. So every platform requires a different kind of content. Let me start with Instagram. Okay.
Okay.
So on Instagram, you're not just going to post the content. You will be posting a reel or a video, or I can say a photo,
Images.
right?
Yeah.
And with that, you are going to write some of the caption. But the video or image, whatever you have placed over there, it itself is showing some of the meaning. It itself is giving some meaning to the audience, right? So for that, you just need a 2 to 3 line of word that just give boost to your image, and that's enough. Suppose you are writing something for LinkedIn. Okay, they have a different audience. So for that, if you are writing, then you need a quite lengthy content where you give a brief via your content. On the Instagram, you gave the brief, but that was based on the image or the video that you have placed over there. But when it comes to LinkedIn, at that time your content requires some more briefing. That's why you have to give a brief content over there. Suppose you are posting something on the Dribble, that is a platform for the
Images.
images, yeah. So there again it is something like that. You have post the image and your image is giving some meaning over there, but you need to write some specification for the image that you have posted. Suppose you post an UI UX image, then you have to mention some of the pointers for that image over there. So every platform requires a different set of content.
Okay, I think we have shoot the same video for our social media influencer video, so you can watch that video in our podcast. So this is about the platform, but how you can target the demographics? Like as we know that USA has a different language, UK are also using a different language. So how you can manage the content for the different demographics?
Okay, when it comes to demographics, the one thing that you can do over here is using the words that are being used in a region. Suppose it's a USA, then there will be some different set of words. If it's UK, then there will be some different set of words. Suppose if a British says that we eat chips, okay, then USA will be saying it as in French fries. This way there are a lot of different wordings, and with that wordings you can differentiate between both the contents.
Any other example do you have?
Okay, on the another example, if I say then if it comes to USA, they'll be saying any place. If it comes to UK, they'll be saying anywhere.
Okay, so this is how you can justify the content that who are the readers.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the best way to target the correct audience where we are looking for our customers.
Yeah. Even they feel engaging with the content.
Yeah, true. Okay, now the main thing about the SEO, like how does the SEO influence your content writing approach, and what are the some best practice that you are following for a SEO friendly content?
Okay. So mostly there is a myth that SEO is just about the keywords, but that's not the reality. SEO involves a lot of things when it comes to content as well. It is about the URLs, it is about the meta text, meta description, titles, content, internal linkings, external linkings, and a lot more. So just by placing the keywords doesn't mean that you have a complete perfect SEO friendly content. You have to look at so many factors for that as well. And the best practices that I follow for it is some of the keywords are given to me by the SEO team. That I don't just stop over there. I research from my end as well. I look for the another keywords. I look for what else from the SEO side I can add in my content. I use some of the SEO tools to make sure that my content is 100% SEO friendly. So this way I try to make my content best on the base of SEO.
Can you please share me the tips that how you can balance between the keyword optimization as well as the natural content writing?
Okay, so suppose I have got a list of keywords from the SEO team, right? So firstly, what I'll be doing is I'll be writing the content and I will be adding the keywords that are naturally coming in the content. Suppose some of the keywords are remaining. Then at last, when I'm again doing the proofreading, at that time I will check that where I can place that keyword.
Okay.
Plus, there are some strategies to add the keywords as well. Like if you are writing a blog, then you add the keyword in the first paragraph itself, you add the keyword in the last paragraph, you add the keyword in between. Depends that which keyword you have to add, be it the primary or the secondary keyword. Plus, sometimes you add the keywords in the FAQ section as well. Some of the keywords might be remaining still, so you add it in the FAQ section. This way you can balance the keywords, you can even fulfill what SEO wants, and you can even also maintain the originality of your content.
Okay, I think that's a great to balance a keyword as well as natural content.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ria. I think there is a lot information for our listener. It's wrap up of our podcast. So, do you want to share any feedback or any updates about the content writing to our listeners?
Okay, so as we already discussed in the initial piece only, that content is the king of digital marketing, and that's why I would say that no matter what you are researching, no matter on what topic you are writing, for what brands you are promoting, what services you are promoting, but make sure that whatever you are writing maintains its originality, also contains the SEO related things over it, and also has some human touch over it, so that you can maintain the customer relationship with your clients as well. So at last I would say that let your voice shine by your words.
Okay, I think it's an inspiring word for our listener. And thanks for your time. And after this podcast, I don't say that content is the king, but content is a whole kingdom. If you are starting a marketing for your business, then content is something that is a create a major role for your business branding. So thank you, and thanks all of our listeners. And to know more about technology word insight, Stay tuned. We are come with our next episode.